I try not to talk about like real shit on this channel. Like, I don't talk about the players' personal lives, like when Penny Taylor and Diana Taurasi got married earlier this season. I try not to talk about subjects other than the sport that I'm covering. But something really pissed me off. Alamo Drafthouse is doing a women's night to celebrate this Wonder Woman. They're doing a women's night screening where every single person on staff will be female only, and the only people allowed in the door will be females. And the problem is, everyone is getting pissed off about it. And by everyone, I mean privileged white men. That's pretty much the only people who actually give a damn about this shit, apparently. And honestly, it's just so stupid. Like, a guy complaining that one night in the entire fucking year, a theater is screening a movie for women only, is basically, in my opinion, the same as a white guy complaining about Black History Month. Well, why are we only talking about black people? What about all the white people that have made a difference in history? Bitch, please, you've got 11 damn months, I can't even get 28 days. Fuck you. And to all the men who are angry about Alamo Draft Night, one night a year, doing a screening for Wonder Woman, then fuck you too. You're the asshole. Your entire life has been about you. You can't let women have one damn day. You know you can just go to another theater. What the fuck? This whole story is just stupid and ridiculous. Like, the people who are getting mad at this, those are the people who just spend their entire lives actively looking for something to be angry about. And this just happens to be the only bad thing happening this week, apparently. Oh sure, somebody bombs an Ariana Grande concert and children die, and that doesn't mean shit to me. But how dare a movie theater not allow men in? What is wrong with these people? Fuck this world. Fuck it. Greetings and welcome to the Fan Perspective. I am your host Nathan Lyle, and things have actually gone well for me this week, so I'm in a good mood. I'll actually be able to bring some energy tonight. For those of you who don't know, this is the show where twice a week, usually on Mondays and Fridays, I will talk about things that happened recently in the association and things I'm looking forward to in the upcoming weeks. So let's take a look back at this week's action. On Tuesday, you had the Lynx versus the Sun, Wednesday versus Undefeated. The Lynx won, of course. I don't think anyone doubted that they would. Fun fact that I didn't know about until Tuesday, when the game was played, is that Minnesota has apparently won 21 straight games in the month of May, which dating back to 2012, which basically means that ever since Maya Moore got drafted, they just always start the season off hot. I mean, haven't they had like 2 10-0 starts in a row? So I'm not that shocked by this statistic. And then you have New York versus Phoenix. Tina Charles, finally, she gets her first double-double of the season. And Epiphanny Prince, she hits a game winner with 4.5 seconds left to go, giving Phoenix their second loss of the year. Fun fact, Brittney Griner, she was held under 20 points, she was held under 20 rebounds. Under 10 rebounds. She hasn't had 20 rebounds yet in her career, I don't think. The point I'm trying to make is that Brittney Griner, so far this season, Mercury, 2-0 when she has 20 points and 10 rebounds, 0-2 when she's held below that. We'll see if that trend continues throughout the entire season. Then on Wednesday, you got the Chicago Sky, Allie Quigley and Vandersloot are back. Vandersloot didn't dress out. Allie Quigley, on the other hand, she started the game. She let it rain from three-point land. She was just firing off. You have Dolson and Pondexter both having double-doubles. But unfortunately, the Mystics, they were able to just break away in the second half. They come away with a strong win. Then you have LA. Nneka had 24. Candace Parker had a double-double. They shot 55% from the floor, 53% from three-point range. Pretty decent numbers, right? The Fever shot almost 70%. I think the exact number was 68.8. But damn, like 70% from three-point range, that's just damn. The Fever were down by double digits in the second half, but they were able to mount a comeback, end up handing LA their first loss of the season. Did I mention that they shot almost 70% from three-point range? Damn. Then on Thursday, we had another Twitter game, Texas two-step, the Wings versus the Stars. Kelsey, Plum, and Moriah Jefferson both make their season debut. They come off the bench, and neither of them plays really fantastic, but at least they're playing. It'll take them a little while to get back in the groove. Isabella Harrison has her first career double-double and has 5 blocks. It seems like every game she plays, she's setting a new career high, which mostly has to do with the fact that she hasn't had much of a career, but still, it's good to see that she's playing very well. She's fitting in nicely. The Stars actually looked like they were in control for basically the entire game. But then in the fourth quarter, the Wings more than doubled up the Stars' point total, and they were able to come away with an astounding victory. Honestly, the first 3 quarters that I was watching, I was excited about the possibility of winning. I still knew that the Stars were gonna find a way to blow it though. Honestly, so through the first 3 quarters, I was wondering, should I be surprised at how well the Stars are playing or shocked by how bad the Wings are playing? And then the fourth quarter happened and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. With the Stars right now, it's not just that they're losing, but if you watch the games and you see how they managed to lose, that's the most telling thing about them. You don't even have to watch the entire game, just watch the fourth quarter of every game they play. You're getting a good idea of the identity of this team. But that's all beside the point. After this week's action, here are your current standings. And a couple of minor things to look out for, just some notes I jotted down so I wouldn't forget. You've got Emma Mieseman. She's going to be leaving to go back overseas, and she's going to miss the next 7 to 10 games, what I'm being told. And Aaron Phillips rejoins the Dallas Wings, this time in a front office role, player development and shit like that. So now we move on to the next portion of the show where I talk about the games that are going to be played over the next couple of days. And as always, I will tell you which ones are being broadcast nationally, which this week there aren't any. So make sure to check your local listings, or you can watch every single game on WNBA League Pass. And as always, I'm going to be telling you the Eastern Standard Time, so be sure to adjust for your time zone. On Friday, you've got a recurring theme, different date, players, same old shit. 2 teams that have already just played each other, turning right around to play each other again. You've got the Lynx versus the Sun at 7 p.m. They just played each other on Tuesday. The Sun was surprisingly competitive, and now they get to play again in their home court. Who knows? Maybe they could pull the upset of the century. I don't think anyone actually expects it to happen other than the people in the Connecticut locker room. But who knows? Maybe. Who knows? You've also got the Sky and the Mystics. They just played each other on Wednesday, so now they're swapping arenas to go at it again. Remember what happened the last time Chicago played a team twice in a row? And then the last game of the night, you've got the Liberty versus the Storm, that one at 10 p.m. And I think everyone's going to look at this and say, oh yeah, Breanna Stewart versus Tina Charles. I mean, yeah, you got 2 elites going at it, 2 UConn legends. But right now, for me, Jewel Lloyd is the player that I'm always going to be watching in every Storm game. I'm wondering who's the first team that's going to shut her down, because so far no one has been able to hold her under 20 points. The Liberty, if Tanisha Wright was here, I'd have faith that they could do some damage, but I don't know. With the ones they have on the roster right now, 50-50 whether or not they'll actually be able to slow Jewel down. I know Tina and Kia can handle their business. They can cover Stewie. But can anybody in this team actually shut down Jewel Lloyd? Then on Saturday, first you got the Sparks and the Dream. Both of these teams recently suffered their first loss of the season, looking to bounce back and get themselves on track. And then you've got the Mercury versus the Wings. That game, a rematch of the season opener where the Wings were able to hang on for the win in that Twitter game. I mean, we'll see if the Mercury can get their revenge. I know Diana's going to be mad, and when you piss off Diana Taurasi, look out. Then on Sunday you finish with the Sun versus the Sky, the Fever versus the Storm, and the Lynx versus the Stars. And what could possibly be the most boring game ever played, the undefeated team in first place versus the winless team that's dead last. This isn't going to be a blowout. This is actually going to be fun. So yeah, that's it for this episode. Tune in on Monday for another all-new edition of WNBA Weekly. And until then, this has been The Fan Perspective. I'm your host, Nathan Lau. Hope you have a great week.